And
Yes, you're clearly audible. Please go ahead.
You are audible.
1 second. Just share my screen.
Also, but your slide is not visible.
Yes, I'm sharing it right away, sir. 1 second. One second. Yeah. Is it visible?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay. Okay. You can see, everyone see my slides, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, good evening, everyone. And my name is Kabir Suresh Kumar Hanmante from DES NMITD, and I take this honor to represent my institute and initiate presentation on Manrega scheme in front of all the esteemed dignitaries. So I'll just start. Okay. So, what is Manrega? First of all, let's look at the introduction of it. The Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act is an Indian legislation enacted on 7 September 2005. That is basically to give rural areas people and unemployed people to give at least 100 days of guaranteed wage in a financial year to every household whose adult member volunteer to do unskilled manual work. Okay, so we are moving on. What is the main objective of this scheme? First of all, augmenting wage employment, then to protect people from chronic poverty like drought, deforestation, soil erosion, and so encourage sustainable development, strengthening grassroots process of democracy, infusing transparency and accountability in governance. Okay, so at the last, the main pivotal role to the Panchayat Raj institution in planning, monitoring, and implementation. So, what is wage employment programs? There were 4 to 5 wage employment programs earlier, but Manrega scheme is the the advanced version. The first schemes are like 3 to 4 schemes are like prototypes. This is the more advanced version and more like we can say permanent one. Okay, so before that, there was a first. Sorry, I apologize for the spamming. There was first program that was National Rural Employment Program, launched to use unemployment and underemployed workers to build community assets. Second was Rural Landless Employment Guarantee, launched to provide 100 days of guarantee employment to one member from each rural and landless household works. Third was there Jawahar Rozgar Yojana. That was basically the combination of NREP and RLEG, which we saw, the both schemes we saw first. Okay, it was basically established on 1990s. Okay, in the year 1990, Employment Assurance Scheme was also there, launched to provide employment during the lean agriculture season. Okay, so Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana was also there, JGSY launched, dedicated to development of demand-driven rural infrastructure in 2000, year 2000. Sampurna Gramin Rozgar Yojana, Food for Work program, launched to generate additional supplementary wage employment and create assets. National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, which we have seen at the first. Okay, so we moving on. These are the some examples. Okay, and examples of previous schemes which I told you earlier, and in which year those were established. Okay, so in the year 1980s there were NREP. In the year 1990s there was Employment Assurance Scheme, EAS, and in the year 2000 there was Sampurna Gramin Yojana. So let's look at the most important features of Manrega. Okay, so first of all, adult members of rural household willing to participate have to apply for registration. Okay, for they get a card. Okay, government card, either orally or in written to Gram Panchayat. They will be provided with a job card within 15 days after verification. Okay, so next point, employment will be given within 15 days of application for work. There are also legal bindings. Okay, so if they don't get any work those people any work. So within 15 days, if not, daily unemployment allowance as per the act has to be paid liability to central government. Okay. Work should ordinarily be provided within 5 kilometers of radius of the village. In case of work is provided beyond 5 kilometers, extra wages of 10% will be added to employed workers. Wages are to be paid according to the Minimum Wages Act 1948 for agricultural laborers in the state, unless the center notifies a wage rate which will not be less than rupees 60 per day. Disbursement of wages has to be done on weekly basis and not beyond a fortnight in any case. Yeah, thank you. The 6th point will be at least 1/3 beneficiaries shall be women who have registered and requested work under the scheme. Worksite facilities such as creche. Okay, so this word creche, this is a new, I think some of us will be new to this word. Basically, what is creche? Actually, when the both parents, if they have any small babies or they have really young children, okay, so the creche will be like it will be there will be social workers or people appointed to take care of their children. It will be provided with drinking water, and shed has to be over there to be provided. It is a mandatory things. Permissible works predominantly include water and soil conservation, afforestation, and land development works. Contractors and machinery are not allowed at all. A 60:40 wage and material ratio has to be maintained. The central government bears the 100% of wage cost of unskilled manual labor and 75% of the material cost, including the wages of skilled and semi-skilled workers. So, as I mentioned earlier about the employment card, so how to apply it or what is it is really about? Okay, so by looking at it, adult members of rural household submit their name, age, and address with photo to the Gram Panchayat, or they can even send to their district office. Okay, the Gram Panchayat registers household after making inquiry and issues a job card. The job card contains the details of adult members enrolled, and with his or her photo, a registered person can submit an application for work in writing. It is a mandatory thing. Okay, so next thing will be the panchayat or program officer will accept the valid application and issue date receipt of application. Registration will be made for 5 years. It will be valid for 5 years, if to be more precise, and may be renewed from time to time. If not renewed, then they won't be able to get employment properly. Okay, so this is the phase plan of a Manrega plan. Actually, what happened and how happened. Okay, during the phase 1, you can see there is thing numbers in bracket. Okay, so what is it? 200. Can anyone guess it? Hello, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, you are. You are.
Yes. So any one of you, can you guess it? What is that 200 mark inside it?
200 districts.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. Thank you for answering my question. So in phase 1, there were 200 districts included for the Manrega scheme, which were backward districts ranked on basis of agriculture wages, output per agricultural work, and SCCT ST population of the district. SC/ST population of the district. In phase 2, Manrega was implemented in 130 districts. There was a plan, and in phase 3, there was 266 districts were included. So right now, let's look at the implementation status. The scheme was introduced in 200 districts, as I told you, in phase 1 during financial year 2006 to 2007, and 130 districts during the financial year 2007 to 8. In April 2008, Manrega expanded to entire rural area of the country, covering 34 states and union territories. 614 districts, 6096 blocks, and 2.65 lakh gram panchayats. The scheme also covered 644 districts, 6,576 blocks, and 7,78,000 villages in the financial year 2013 to 14. So let's look at exactly what happens under one Manrega plans. Okay, so first of all, there are a lot of as you can see, there are a lot of plans. Okay, there are total 16 plans. Okay, which I have implemented over here. We are going to discuss some of them. Okay, so first of all, there are water conservation and water harvesting, including contour trenches, contour ponds, etc. Okay, so drought proofing, including plantation and afforestation, irrigation canals, including micro and minor irrigation works. Then there is land development also, and there is also flood control and protection works. Like right now, there in Maharashtra Konkan area, there is a lot of flood, and people are helping each other, and this is where this scheme can work. Okay, so depending and repairing of flood channels, shore renovation, construction of storm water, drains of coastal protection. Moving on, agriculture related work such as NADP composting, vermicomposting, liquid biomanures, livestock related work such as poultry shelter, goat shelter, construction of puka floor, etc. So right now, so this is it. Okay. So I want to express my really great gratitude to Shri Pradeep sir, and Arpita ma'am, and Dr. Kasturi ma'am for mentoring us, along with our all the mentors, esteemed dignitaries for their valuable time and guidance throughout. So right now it is my time to hand over the baton to my really young colleague, or you can say teammate, Miss Pranay Chatterjee, which is a highly qualified and a future lawyer. So please, Pranay, you can take over. Thank you.
Thank you, Kavir, for your kind words. Good evening, everyone. I am Pranay Chatterjee from UPS Institute, and I take this honor to represent my institute and initiate presentation on Manrega, that is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural and Employment Guarantee Act, in front of all the esteemed dignitaries. Okay, so I shall take forward from here. What is the nature of Manrega works are such that they augment productivity, which is community lands, which includes water conservation, water harvesting, irrigation, drought proofing, plantation and afforestation, renovation of bodies, deserting of tanks and canals, flood control measures, rural connectivity. Private land includes of SC, STIA, land reform beneficiaries, BPL, small and marginal farmers. Small and marginal farmers account for 80% of land holdings and operate 40% of cultivated land, like land development, irrigation facilities, horticulture plantation. Like, what is the outcome? If you initiate anything, there has to be an outcome. So what is the outcome of Manrega, which includes the achievements of Manrega? Maximizing work opportunities. Manrega has maximized work opportunities. Like in financial year 2012 to 13, 50 million households were provided employment, which is 230.5 crore person days were generated. In financial year 2013 to 14, 48 million households were provided work and 227 crore person days were generated. The second achievement on Manrega, augmenting household income, savings, and investment. Post Manrega, there has been a revision of minimum wages across the country in the last 3 years. Average daily wage rate has increased from rupees 114 in 2011 to 12 to rupees 133 in 2014 to 15. Inclusive growth, well, there are many inclusive growth, but I shall talk about few. Like in financial year 2008 to 9, women participation was 48%, which increased to 52% in 2009 to 10 till up to July 9. Women workforce participation has also surpassed the statutory minimum requirement of 33%. Empowerment of rural women have emerged as an unintended consequence of Manregas. Women have benefited more as workers than as a community. Women as individuals have gained because of their ability to earn independently, made possible due to paid employment opportunities under Manrega. Financial incursion. Over 7.33 crore Manrega bank and post office accounts have been opened so far. These accounts have helped bring the rural poor under the organized banking sector, which has helped them. This will not only infuse integrity in wage payment, but also bring the most vulnerable people in rural India into formal banking and credit system so that they can't be violated by those money lenders and other who can violate them. Regenerating natural resources. Under Manrega, water and soil conservation, plantation, and afforestation has been given priority. Work relating to drought proofing and flood protection are aimed to provide resistance to climate shocks and natural disasters. Next slide, please, Kabir. Serious accidents in work site. There has been some serious accident which has been reported, like if a person employed under the scheme is or child accompanying any person injured, he or shall be entitled to free of charge medical treatment. During the period of hospitalization of injured worker, accommodation, treatment, and medicines. Half of the wage per day to be paid to the injured person. If a person employed under a scheme dies or becomes permanently disabled by the accident at site, the legal heirs of the deceased or the disabled shall be paid an ex gratia payment at the rate of rupees 25,000 by the central government. These are the aids available to them. What are the advantages of Manrega? Environmental benefits and vulnerability reduction. Agricultural sustainability. Every fifth rural Indian household benefits from Manrega. There has been women empowerment, which I've talked about before. What if it has limitations? It also has if it has advantages, it has limitations too. Like registration problems in terms of caste discrimination. Uniform distribution of job cards is a time-consuming process and leads to dissatisfaction. Only 19% of the 8.5 lakh differently able people registered for the scheme have got work under Manrega. Illegal charges levied on people for application forms, unavailability of necessary facilities at the workplaces, payments of wages delayed, inadequate number of officials for the scheme, delay in appointment of officials in the villages. Another issue is that of fake muster rolls and bills being generated. We have been suffering from COVID-19. It has its impact on the entire world. What is the impact of COVID-19 on Manrega? Manrega scheme is said to have provided work to the lakhs of individuals who moved back to their hometowns and villages after having lost employment in urban areas during the initial months of the COVID-19 pandemic. Increasing the number of work days under the government flagship jobs scheme would be one of the most effective ways to help the poor recover from the COVID-19 pandemic's negative impact on the economy. It has been quoted by Nobel laureate Abhijit Banerjee as per NDTV. Manrega's success story of Hardoi, that is in UP. Name of work is renovation of Kalkaria Pond year 2006 to 7. The cost of the work included 1.126 lakh. Man of days created 1,300. Benefit of the project was that it is useful for recharging the groundwater, for drinking water for animals, for irrigation purpose, as well as it has provided the employment to the local laborers. So I would like to conclude by saying that I express my gratitude to Sri Pradeep sir, Arpita ma'am, and all the other mentors. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Team Cube. Now I request Team S to present their presentation.
Yes.
Team S, how many members are presenting from your team?
Sir, my teammate is down with fever, so only I am presenting, but he has helped in preparing the presentation, some of the slides of the presentation. So is the screen visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Yes. Just give me a moment to start the slides. Yes. Sir, should I start?
Yeah, please.
A very good evening to one and all present here, respected guests and judges, our eminent organizers, and my fellow interns. I am Shayani Mukherjee from St. Xavier's College, Kolkata, and I'm representing Team S for this league presentation round. And we are presenting as a team on the topic MNREGA, which is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, or Act. India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world, but its growth has favored certain sections of the society. The high growth pattern that India has witnessed in the recent years has widened disparities for rural and urban dwellers and among the different classes of households. The rural population, dependent mainly on agriculture and allied activities, is presently trapped in a poverty and deprivation stage. As agricultural employment is seasonal in nature, rural laborers, especially the unskilled ones, remain unemployed or underemployed for most of the time throughout the year. Droughts and natural disasters cause rural urban migration and add to the pressure on the limited is crucial to stimulate inclusive and sustainable growth of an economy, and the Employment Guarantee Scheme is a policy that addresses this issue. MNREGA, or Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, is an Indian labor law and social security measure that aims to guarantee the right to work. The act was proposed in 1991 by P.V. Narasimha Rao. It was finally accepted by the Parliament and commenced implementation in 625 districts of India. The Act was passed in September 2005 under the UPA government of Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. The Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act is implemented by the Ministry of Rural Development and is one of the flagship programs of the Government of India. The program aims to deal with rural poverty and unemployment by assuring economic security to the rural poor by providing guaranteed wage employment when other employment alternatives are scarce or inadequate. The NREGA was notified on 7 September 2005. It came into force on 2 February 2006 and was implemented in a phased manner. In its first phase of implementation, 200 initial rural districts were covered. It was later extended to cover the entire country since 2008, with the exception of districts that have 100% urban population. Since 2nd October 2009, it has been renamed as the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, which was previously NREGA only. The MGNREGA Act aims to provide at least 100 days of guaranteed wage employment in a financial year to every household whose adult members volunteer to do unskilled manual work. It legitimizes the right to get work or employment for all households in rural India. Its secondary objective is to strengthen natural resources and create durable assets such as roads, canals, ponds, and wells, etc. The program's most important feature is the self-selection criteria of beneficiaries. People who demand work at a given minimum statutory wage are eligible to get work. In this sense, it has universal coverage. Though it is primarily meant for the poor, in general, only the poor and the vulnerable may demand employment. Mainly people with low educational attainment participate in the MNREGA activities, and it is mainly the poor who have low educational attainment. The negative correlation between education and status and participation in MNREGA. Wages must be paid according to the statutory minimum wages specified for the agricultural laborers under the Minimum Wages Act of 1948. The MNREGA was started first in Anantapur in Andhra Pradesh on 2nd February 2006, introduced in order to provide work for unskilled as well as semi-skilled rural labor living below the poverty line. Interested adults could submit their age, name, and address to the Gram Panchayat along with their photograph. After a primary investigation, they were given job cards, and these registered people may write to the concerned authorities asking for work. A letter which confirms the assignment of work is then given to the applicant, and he or she will be provided with employment within 15 days. In case there are any trivial problems in the functioning, they may be addressed in the Gram Panchayat. It also has some special features such as every Gram Panchayat should organize a Rozgar Divas at least every once a month. At this event, the Gram Panchayat should proactively invite applications for work from potential workers for the current as well as the subsequent quarters. Schedule 1, paragraph 10 of the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act states that it shall be open to the program officer and the Gram Panchayat to direct any person who has applied for employment to do work of any type permissible under the Act. The work entitlement for 100 days per household per year may be shared between different adult members of the same household. If several members of a household who share the same job card are employed simultaneously, they should be allowed to work on the same work site. Who are the key stakeholders of this scheme, Manrega? Implement of the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act involves roles and responsibilities of a large number of stakeholders from village to the national level. The key stakeholders are wage seekers, Gram Sabha, a 3-tier Panchayati Raj institution, especially the Gram Panchayat, program officer at the block level, district program coordinator, state government, and the Ministry of Rural Development. To begin with, the wage seekers are the primary stakeholders of the program. They exercise their rights and demand for work, and they are the main triggers of the key processes. The rights of the wage seekers are applications for registering, obtaining job card, application for work, and to obtain a dated receipt for the application they have made. The Gram Sabha is the principal forum for the wage seekers to raise their voices and make the demands. The Gram Sabha has the following rights and responsibilities under the Act. It recommends works to be taken up and is the final authority to determine the order of priority in which the works will be initiated. The Ward Sabha is the next stakeholder. They have similar functions as the Gram Sabha. The Gram Panchayat is the pivotal body for planning and implementation. Where Part 9 of the Constitution does not apply, local councils or authorities as mandated by the state concerned will be invested with corresponding responsibilities. The program officer acts as a coordinator of the MGNREGA at the block level. The primary responsibility of the program officer is to ensure that anybody who applies for work gets employment within 15 days. The state government designates a district program coordinator or DPC, who can be either the chief executive officer of the district panchayat. His responsibility is to implement the scheme in the district in accordance with provisions made in the MGNREGA 2005 and the rules and guidelines made thereunder. Next come the state government. The state government's responsibilities include making rules on matters pertaining to the state, responsibilities under Section 32 of the Act, developing and notifying the Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme for the state, setting up the SEGC delegate financial and administrative powers to the DPC and the program officer, establishing a network of professional agencies for training, technical support, and for quality control measures. The Central Employment Guarantee Council, or the Central Council, has been set up under the chairmanship of the Union Minister of Rural Development, which is where the Ministry of Rural Development's role comes in. Their roles and responsibilities, as per the Act, are to establish a central evaluation and monitoring system, advising the central government on all matters concerning the implementation of the Act, reviewing the monitoring and redressal mechanism from time to time, and recommending improvements required. The MNREGA has brought about a significant increase in the labor participation rates, and especially of those of females. Notably, women's participation is much larger than it was envisaged in the Act, probably because the MGNREGA pays female workers much better than other types of casual work. Further, creches and other facilities at the work sites have made it easier for women to work there. The MGNREGA has also enhanced labor force participation from all communities or sections of the society, namely the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes. Like you can see in the graph, the rate at which women participate has been the highest throughout the year from when the scheme has come into action. Many studies has also observed that the scheme has been successful in improving the condition of the rural people, and it has been observed that the scheme has significant impact on the annual income pattern of consumption, livestock and purchase of household assets, etc. As a COVID policy response for the migrant workers, MGNREGA has also come to their rescue. India's lockdown is an instance of the dominant global policy response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The virtual shutdown of all economic activities due to the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in massive loss of livelihoods. Nearly 400 million workforce in the unorganized sector has been affected and has been the worst affected sections of the society. Further, a significant part of the workforce has also reverse migrated from cities to rural areas instead of coming from rural to the urban areas looking for work. Soon after the lockdown was announced, one could see the images of hundreds and thousands of migrant workers traveling from different states, and walking on foot for several hundred miles to go back to their villages. The lockdown's impact on employment can be seen by the increase in demand for the Rural Jobs Program or the MGNREGA. Nearly 133 million people demanded work through the Rural Jobs Program in 2020-21, a 43.7% increase compared to the previous year. During 2020 to 2021, a total of 56.83 lakh people of 30.19 lakh families have had provided employment under this scheme, which is the highest in the last 5 years. Out of them, as many as 2.4 lakh families had received work for 100 days in the year, compared to an average of 78 million in 4 years. The SDGs and targets have been mapped to various nodal ministries and flagship programs by the NITI Aayog. The Ministry of Rural Development is designated as the nodal agency for achieving SDG 1, no poverty, and MGNREGA has been recognized as the core of the core scheme for achieving SDG 1. MGNREGA was reported in the VNR 2017 by Government of India for its contribution to achieving SDG 1, while the scheme's contribution to SDG 5, SDG 3, 4, 8, and 9, and 10 were also acknowledged. A mapping exercise was done by the program division at MORD with support from GIZ India to explore further possibilities of reporting MGNREGA's contribution to the SDGs. No matter how good a scheme is, there are always some problems arising from them. Some of them are information asymmetry. In many villages, people did not demand work because they were told that they can request work only when it is available. This created a problem of lack of correct information for those people. There was a deviation from the aim of providing employment, which is that while creating durable assets was not the main objective of the program, it became a key aim in the later years. There were a large number of incomplete works. There has been a delay in the completion of works under the MGNREGA, and inspection of projects has been irregular. There have been fabrication of job cards, which is that there are several issues related to the existence of fake job cards and inclusion of fictitious names. There have been a delay in the payment of wages. Most states have failed to disburse wages within 15 days as mandated by the MGNREGA. This is this slide shows us one way in which the people can actually apply for the employment guarantee scheme and apply for job cards to the Sarpanch in the Gram Panchayat or the program officer in the block or district level. So the overview is that MGNREGA continues to be one of the most ambitious centrally sponsored schemes of independent area. The important preconditions to ensure effective implementation is the creation of awareness among rural people and other stakeholders, particularly the MGNREGA workers in respect to the scheme provisions as well as their rights and entitlements. Primarily, it has been provided as a source of supplementary income to families without making any wage discrimination. MGNREGA is a bottom-up, people-oriented, demand-driven, self-selecting and rights-based program. It remains crucial for integrated resource management and livelihood generation perspective. No matter how good a program is, there is always a scope for improvisation. For the MGNREGA, the center must allocate more funds in the budget since the dearth of funds could lead to halting of the work, thus causing the interruption. Also, the laborers must be paid well in time. The entire scheme could be decentralized so as to make the working a lot better. An increase in wages can help in making the scheme more successful. The scheme has been facing many hurdles in recent years, and there is an urgent need for the government to look into it and promote the scheme because the recent issues have led to an economic slowdown and have also pushed the country into an unemployment crisis. With that, I come to the end of my presentation on behalf of Team S. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Siani, for your presentation. Now I request Team T to start their presentation. Team T, are you there?
Sir, yes, sir, I'm here, sir.
Okay, and how many members are going to present from your team?
Sir, only I will be presenting today, sir. My team member is having a very bad network, it seems, so he won't be able to come to the presentation. But he did help me in preparing the slides, sir.
Okay. So start presenting. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you see my screen and am I visible and audible?
I can see.
Okay, so my name is K. Sangamitra and I am from the Department of Social Work from Stella Maris College, Chennai. I am currently doing my bachelor's degree in social work. So firstly, I'd like to thank our mentors and Team Young for giving me this wonderful opportunity to present on the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, the MGNREGA. So this presentation, I'll be presenting on behalf of Team T. So amidst the rising concerns of fiscal deficit and defying the advocates of rural-urban migration, the Union Government of India has remained committed to its flagship social program known as the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, or the MGNREGA. Launched in the year 2005, it is the largest social scheme of its kind anywhere in the world. So the main aim of this program is that this scheme guarantees 100 days of employment in every financial year to adult members of any rural household willing to do public-related unskilled manual work. This program has guaranteed wage employment in a financial year to every adult. The main goals of this program are social protection for the most valuable people living in the rural India by providing employment opportunities, and then livelihood securities for the poor through the creation of durable assets, improved water security, soil conservation, and higher land productivity. Drought proofing and flood management in rural India is also one of the goals of this plan. This also empowers the socially disadvantaged, especially women, scheduled caste, and scheduled tribes, through the process of right-based legislation. Strengthening decentralization, participatory planning through the convergence of various anti-poverty and livelihood initiatives, Depending on the democracy of the grassroots by strengthening Panchayat Raj institutions is also one of the key goals of the Manrega. This also provides effective greater transparency and accountability in the governance. Thus, the Manrega is a powerful instrument for ensuring inclusive growth in rural India through its impact on social protection, livelihood security, and democratic empowerment. The coverage and reach. The Act was notified in 200 districts in the first phase, with effect from February 2nd, 2006, and then extended to an additional 130 districts in the financial year 2007 to 8. And 17 districts in Uttar Pradesh were notified from April 1st, 2008. Thus, the Manrega covers the entire country with an exception of districts that have 100% urban population. This also provides wage employment opportunities and creating sustainable rural livelihoods, supporting the creation of durable assets, decentralization of power, and social and gender equity. Controlling resource migration and natural resource management are considered integral parts and objectives of Manrega. Unlike the earlier employment schemes of the government, Manrega provides a guarantee of employment, funding, and job allocation. As per the Act, the state governments are responsible for providing the work under the scheme. The central government provides 100% funding of the wages, like unskilled manual work, and 75% of the material cost, which includes the payment to the semi-skilled and skilled workers. The rest is borne by the state government. Employment must be provided within 15 days of application, failing which unemployment allowance is paid to the person demanding the work. 100% of the cost of unemployment allowance is on the state government. Wage payments are made through bank accounts or post office saving accounts, leading to greater transparency. Use of machinery or contracts on the Manrega work sites is not allowed. The work must be provided within 5 kilometers of the residence of the household demanding the work, else traveling allowance is paid separately. The Act also has a provision for the minimum wages to be paid. Further, at least 1/3 of the beneficiaries of the Manrega should be women. The employment is provided only to the job card holders. Moving on to the next slide, we look at the history of Manrega. In 1991, the PM, P.V. Narasimha Rao, government proposed a pilot scheme for generating the employment in rural areas with the following goals: employment generation for agricultural labor during the lean season, infrastructural development, enhanced food security. This scheme was called the Employment Assurance Scheme, which had later evolved into the Manrega after the meager work with the Food for Work program in the early 2000s. Earlier, it was known to be the National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. As of 11th of February 2021, 708 districts throughout the country are implemented with a substantial rural population. Manrega scheme officially launched on 2nd of February 2006. The Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act was passed on the 23rd of August on 2005. So the next slide, we look at why Manrega. So in this scheme, it provides a wide range of wage employment opportunities in creating sustainable rural livelihood, supporting the creation of durable assets, decentralization of power, social gender equity, controlling distress migration, and natural resource management are considered an integral part of the objectives of Manrega. Unlike the earlier employment schemes of the government, it has guaranteed employment. So coming to the key stakeholders of this project, for the first one are the wage seekers, who are those who would be employed. The next one would be Gram Sabha, and then their role would be to determine the order of priority of work in the local area, its need, the local resource monitor, the execution of work. It is the primary forum for the conduction of social audits. Then next comes the 3-tier Panchayat Raj institution, responsible for recovering, verifying, registering applications, and issuing job cards. allotting work, conducting periodical surveys to assess the demand for work, identification and planning of works, and forward the list of works to programs officer for scrutiny and preliminary approval are also the work of the three-tier Panchayati Raj. The next come the program officer at the block level. The PO acts as the coordinator responsible for the consolidation of all the project proposals, monitoring and supervising the implementation of the works taken, ensuring prompt and fair payment of wages to all laborers, and payment of unemployment allowance in cases of employment is not provided on time. The next comes the district program coordinator, the DPC. They approve the works expected outcomes to be executed by the district panchayat. Consolidation of annual block plans into a district plan, and monitoring and supervising of the Manrega scheme in the district. Next, the state government looks at the frame rules on the matters pertaining to the responsibilities. They set up state level Manrega implementation agencies and social audit agencies and demonstrate commitment to social audit. Next, the Ministry of Rural Development also comes into the play. They frame the rules under the Act, issue operational guidelines for the effective implementation of the Act, review list of permissible works under Manrega and responsible to demands of the state government. Next comes the civil society. The COS work at the grassroots levels and can play a variety of significant roles in the awareness generation among the wage seekers and in supporting and building capacities of the GPs in state government in planning, implementation, and social audit of Manrega. Next are the other stakeholders who are the line department, convergence department, self-help groups, etc. Next, the Manrega looks about the strategies for the vulnerable groups. The first one is special category for workers under Manrega, and then the specific interventions needed for vulnerable groups, and the specific attention and provisions for vulnerable groups are also provided by the Manrega. The next slide is the planning for works and preparation for labor budget. So the first one here is the Gram Panchayat Development Plan. And then the next one is District Perspective Plan under Manrega, the Components of Development Plan. Under the Components of Development Plan, they do the assessment of labor demand, identification of works to meet the estimated labor demand. They estimate the cost of work and wages, and they also look at the benefits expected in terms of employment generated and physical improvements. The guiding principles for the preparing the development plan, and the role of Gram Sabha and Gram Panchayat are also important in the planning of works and the preparation of the labor budget. The works and their execution is of the Manrega plans. Majorly, the Manrega works, the public works returning to the natural resource management, which are the water conservation, water harvesting, and minor irrigation works in the creation. They also do afforestation, that is tree plantation, and horticulture in common and forest lands. They also work for the land development works in common lands. Next, individual assets of vulnerable sections. The improving productivity of lands of households specified in paragraph 5 through the land development and by promoting suitable infrastructure for irrigation through dug wells, farm ponds, and other water harvesting structures. Improving livelihoods through horticulture, sericulture, plantation, and farm forestry. The common infrastructure for DAY and NRLM compliant self-help groups. They work for promoting agricultural productivity by creating durable infrastructure required for biofertilizers and post-harvest facilities, including hookah storage facilities for agricultural produce, and common workshops for livelihood activities and for self-help groups. They also develop the rural infrastructure like sanitation works or road development works, and they also work on individual farmlands. So the main advantages of Manrega are it promotes the employment, and then it creates many assets. It increases the agricultural wages. It helps in the empowerment of women. It uplifts the marginalized sections like SC and the SCs. It also gives reduction in the distress migration. It also gives a reduction in the rural poverty, financial inclusion of the poor, and then it creates sustainable assets. Next come the challenges and the disadvantages of Manrega. Even though a public policy is very advantageous, or although it has many benefits, everything has a disadvantage. So these are the disadvantages of Manrega, which is it provides inadequate financing, very low pay rates, delay in the payment of wages, ineffective role of the PRIs, large number of incomplete works, and fabrication of job cards. So here, after various case studies, we could see, even in the picture given here, we could see that the wages of Manrega workers are becoming less in most of the major states. Some of the major problems faced, common and viral problems which are studied during the Manrega study are that 87% of Manrega's annual fund has already been spent. The Manrega wages are not paid for 7 months in Amravati, and Bihar already lowered the wages under Manrega. So now we look at a short-term and long-term measures for this. The short-term measures. State governments must ensure that public work gets started in every village. Workers turning up at the work site should be provided work immediately without much delay. Local bodies must proactively reach out to the returned and quarantined migrant workers and help those in need to get job cards. Adequate facilities such as soap, water, and masks for workers must be provided free of cost at the worksite. At this time, there is a need to speed up the payments to Manrega workers. Preferably, cash needs to reach the workers easily and effectively. Some of the long-term measures could be that the pandemic has demonstrated the importance of decentralized governance. So, the Gram Panchayats need to be provided with adequate resources, power, and responsibilities to sanction work, provide work on demand, and authorize wage payments to ensure that there are no delays in payment. The Manrega should be covered with other schemes of the government. For example, the Green India Initiative, the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, etc. The social auditing creates accountability for performance, especially towards the immediate stakeholders. Hence, there is a need to create awareness regarding the government policies and measures in the rural areas. The Manrega is as a conclusion, we have the Manrega is a bottom-up, people-centered, demand-driven, and self-selecting and right-based program. Thus, Manrega aims crucial for the integrated resource management and livelihood generation perspective. I would like to thank everyone who gave me this opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Team T. I feel we don't have any member from Team U, so I request Team B to present their presentation. Team B, are you there?
Yes, sir. Just a second.
Yes, sir.
Members are going to present from Team B.
Is it visible, sir?
Yeah, it is visible, but you need to open that presentation because I can see all the files there, not the PPT or the. You need to open that.
It is open, sir.
But I'm not able to see here.
Just a second.
Do one thing, stop sharing the screen, open the
Yeah.
Is it now?
Yeah, it is visible.
No.
Let me restart.
Yeah. Hello everyone. Good evening. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are. You are.
Good evening to all. I'm Nidhi Vanvitya from Deccan Education Society, NMITB Institute, and I take honor to represent my institute and initiate presentation of Manrega scheme in front of all dignitaries. So let's go to now about this Manrega scheme. Manrega stands for, next slide please. Next slide.
I opened the next
Next
slide.
slide was,
I opened it.
I'm not able. Okay. Manrega stands for the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. It's of the people, by the people, and for the people. It is a legislation enacted on 7th September 2005, 2nd February 2006, Anandpur in Andhra. It's aimed to guarantee the right to work and ensure livelihood security in rural areas by providing 100 days of guarantee.
I think she is not in good network. That is why.
Nidhi, you can keep your camera off if the network is not supporting you so that your audibility will be clear.
Okay, now ma'am, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Okay, so let's go to know about this Manrega scheme. Manrega stands for Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. It is an act of the people, by the people, and for the people. It's an Indian legislation enacted on 7th September 2005 and launched on 2nd Feb 2006 from Anandpur in Andhra Pradesh. It's aimed to guarantee the right to work and ensure livelihood security in rural areas by providing at least 100 days of guaranteed wage employment in a financial year to every household whose adult member volunteer to unskilled manual work. Next. Next slide. Now I would like to turn on background of the Manrega scheme. It is launched on 2nd Feb 2006 from Anandpur in Andhra Pradesh, implemented in phased manner covering 200 districts with minimum wage of ₹60. It was started with a budget of 11,000 crores and strengthened the social and gender equality dimension as 23% workers under the schemes are scheduled caste, 71% workers scheduled tribes caste, and 15% workers are women. Next slide. Next slide. Now, law and the Constitution of India. The acts aim to follow the directive principle of state policy in Part 4 of the Constitution of India. The law, by providing a right to work, is secure all the citizens the right to work. The also seeks to protect environment through rural works, which is consist with Article 48A that directs the state to protect the environment. In accordance with the Article 21 of the Constitution of India that guarantees the right to life with dignity to every citizen of India, this act imparts dignity to the rural people through an assurance of livelihood security. Next. Next slide. What kind of works are provided by this scheme? They are flood control and protection works include drainage in water lodge areas, Next, rural connectivity to provide all weather access. Next is water conservation and water harvesting, drought proofing or a forestation and tree plantation. Next, irrigation canals, provision of irrigation facility to land owned by SC, ST or beneficiary under Indira Awas Yojana. Next is renovation of traditional water bodies, desilting of tanks, and last one, land development. Next slide. Next slide. Now, objective of this scheme to provide a last 100 days of unskilled work on demand per household per annum within 15 days and within 5-kilometer radius near to his or her address to all adults who have completed 18 years of age, thus by ensuring economic security to rural people. Next one is equal wages for men and women, and preference should be given to women in each work at least 1/3, means 33% of person to whom work is allotted to have to be women, this ensuring women empowerment and social equality. Creation and maintenance of rural assets and environmental protection. Next, lowering of rural urban migration, and Panchayat Raj institution to have a principal role in planning and implementation, and each district has to prepare a shelf-up project. Thank you. I express my gratitude to Shri Pradeep sir and Miss Arpita ma'am and all mentors along with the esteemed dignitaries for their valuable time and guidance throughout. Now I would like to hand over for further explanation to Vash.
Thank you, Nidhi. Now we shall discuss about the current scenario of the scheme. Presently under Manrega, the law guarantees 100 days of work through the actual days of work provided is much less, while the minimum wages for 2020 and 21 is around rupees 200 per day. Also, data sourced from the Manrega website till July 1 shows that in June, around 43.7 million households sought to work under the scheme. That was the highest in last 7 years. This was 21% more than the number of households demanded work under the scheme in May 2020. Interestingly, in contrast, the provisional data showed that in June 2020, Manrega provided 382.9 million person days of work each, which was almost 32% less than last month, that is May 2020. What are the impacts of Manrega? First, it has reduced the migration of people from rural areas to urban areas, which go in search for them. Financial inclusion increased. Women participation has also increased in work. Also, they are getting equal wages like men. Reduction in hunger. Relief from village moneylenders. Improvement in rural environment. Rural assets creation. Participation of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes has also increased. Increase in average wages and employment. Now we shall discuss how the Manrega scheme works, or what is the process of getting a job in this scheme. This is like, first you have to provide the job card application for this, then you will get issued for the job card after you are verified, and then the demand for job is checked. Okay, so we'll discuss the processes here. Adult members of rural household willing to do unskilled manual work may apply registration in writing or orally to the local Gram Panchayat. After verification by Gram Panchayat, they issue a job card which bears the photograph of adult member of household. Job card should be issued within 15 days of application. Job card holder may submit a written application for employment to the Gram Panchayat. Gram Panchayat will issue a receipt of written application which give guarantee of within 15 days. If job is not given within 15 days, then daily employment allowance as per the Act is paid. Work should be within 5-kilometer radius of the village. If not, then extra wages of 10% should also be given to the employer. Wages should not be less than rupees 60 per day, and it is different for different states. Equal will be provided to both men and women. Now I would like Sanskrit to continue the presentation.
Okay, so to criticize this, fake bills and mustard rolls were generated and payments significantly late. There was a criticism that in some states, low wages are paid than this stipulated by the act. According to the Supreme Court judgment, this comes under the forced labor. Controller and Auditor General of India in its report has mentioned that funds are being misutilized in some states, and the public works like land development works, forestation, irrigation works, etc., are being carried out by wealthy sections of the society, thus betraying poor section for whom this act was meant. At some places, it is observed that the workers have to wait months for their wage, and they have to pay up to rupees 50 as a bribe for their card job, job card. Sorry. It is also noticed that the most of the works are conformed to the papers only and quality is not being maintained. The Supreme Court bench headed by Chief Justice K.G. Balakrishnan, Justice Deepak Verma, and Justice B.S. Chauhan has commented that there is a lack of uniform policy in case of MG Narega, and they have further commented that the funds are not reaching the eligible beneficiaries except in some states. 8,50,000 differently abled enrolled for work, but only 19% of these people were actually given work. Some so-called groups popped up, especially the local political groups who are having strength and power in the village. These groups grabbed majority of the job cards issued by MG Narega. Switch to the next slide, please. But these are the achievements. These helped it to empower women participated in important decisions of her family and society. Participation of women is increased, equal wage for men and women, maximizing work opportunity, inclusive growth, augmenting household income, savings and investment, financial inclusion, regenerating natural resources, drought mitigation, ICT as a growth trigger for rural development. Next, please. And they are way ahead. They monitor the program effectively, village level resources planning and development. Other development programs like Bharat Nirman should sync with Narega, representatives, proper election and training, more power to Panchayat Raj. Next. Now, to conclude this whole PPT, though there are some shortcomings like misappropriation of funds at some places, yet this act is really a boon for the rural people. If this act is implemented transparently and corruption free, it certainly enhances the standard of living of the rural people. First, the MG Narega with improved wages, incomes in rural areas appears to have prompted more people to drop out of self-employment and increase dependency on the government. Second, the lack of labor market reforms suggests that the seeds for long-term jobs growth are not being exposed. Third, a separate study is required to understand the full consequences of MG Narega and its economic impact, both good and bad. The next few years may see more jobless growth if existing policies are not assessed correctly. And the final point, it may be concluded that if all the loopholes in the distribution of job cards and payment of wages, misuse of funds, measurement of work, etc., could be brought under strict vigilance, then only MG Narega would be a weapon against rural poverty. Otherwise, it would remain as an ad hoc arrangement to provide meal to needy people through creating environment only. People should appreciate that MG Narega does not stand to create employment only, but also provide an opportunity to serve their village, their state, their country. Thank you.
Thanks, Team B. With this, we have end up with a final presentation that is for Manrega. Now I request Mrs. Dr. Shivani Madam to speak on and mentor our students on this presentation, how they have presented and what exactly are her suggestions and her pointers on this. Shivani Madam, please.
Yes, sir. So, first of all, let me congratulate all the interns that they had presented. Only one word I can say, it's an excellent. The reason behind is that they have covered all the aspects. If one team is coming, they are talking about the detailed aspects of Manrega, not only that, but even then other team will come and will share about the critical evaluation. The time is there, I'm just looking out that who will share the successful story, because we have to, whenever we'll talk about the policy, it's required that many a point of people are keep on talking about the negative aspects of an policy. And that's, distance ourselves with the government's works towards us. So there are one team I had really liked when they share about the successful story. And the successful stories that when they shared, it gives the positive image even in front of me that we are also looking, because it's a young citizen, and young citizen is required to look the policy in the holistic aspects, and if they will put a positive one, that's the great thing. I found another team's one girl from an social work. Yeah, it's because it's from my professions. So I found that that girls try to give the perspective of an social welfare aspects also. See, what I had observed in all these presentations, that specifically I had seen all the person come out with their reflecting their profession's perspective, and that gives understanding of Manreka from all the angles. So that beautiful aspects that I had covered. What the suggestions is not suggestions, you can take it or take it not, it's up to you, all the interns. But one thing is required, that what would be the role of you as a youth to enhance these skills, right? That is also required, because when you talk about the success story, when you talk about the critical aspects, when you talk about the outcome, someone has talked about the incident, someone has talked about the process part of it, some gap is there, right? Because of that gap, we feel that Manreka is not reaching the goal as it should be, because it's a very worldwide accepted project. Let me tell you, it's not so that India had come out. Forget about which government had started. We are not here to talk about that. What we talk about, that it is a socially inclusion and upliftment program. And if it is that, so that what would be your role to enhance? Because when you talk about critical aspects, now your role need to be enhanced, so that you will understand that many point of time when you have to handle that policy, which gap that you had observed, and in that aspects you will love to work. This is what the broad suggestion from my end, right? And Pradeep Singh, I will tell you, Pradeep ji, the way you, our mentor role will come, the way you did the follow up, the way you, enhance their competence and everything. I think, no, one point of time, I thought, I think I should have some recording of you and will give it to my teachers also, that this is way of mentoring your, our children, right? Because you have not, I had seen when one people had come, that our two people have not been able to come because of what and what. The way you take the things very positive manner, and whatever is there you want them to present, this is the one of the qualities of an educator, that they encourage the youth to come forward whatever they have, instead of not going for condemning the things that what you are doing and this is your role and you are abstain from your duties. This is what you are. So this is one way of my learning from you, that I learned it. And thanks a lot, because I also got an opportunity not only to meet you, but all the young dynamic that I came to know that this is way of
Thanks, Shivani ma'am. Actually, we are just trying to nurture our youth. See, there will be the gaps, there will be the misunderstanding, and all those things will remain there. But still, we are trying from our end how to go for it and how to actually go for the learning. Because
yeah. Because only one statement in last I will say that you and the other people, the mentor and mentee, and this our main the mentee, and you people have put this pandemic as an opportunity.
Thanks.
That is wonderful aspects. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I request Asu madam to share her suggestions on that. Asu madam.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much. Pehle to big congratulations to each of the team members. Just as Shivani ma'am also mentioned, basically it was actually very insightful. You all had put in a lot of effort, not just in the presentation, preparing the presentation, but also putting it across to us, trying to put in various aspects, of course, that were supposed to be meant to be seen by us and your understanding level. So beautifully done work. Of course, this is basically, they say it's important to be a part of something. You happen to be a part of this entire session, this tournament, which is actually amazing. And we can see it reflects the kind of vision that Pradeep has and the kind of vision that has passed down to you all through your mentors also. A big congratulations to the mentors too. So it was really nice. And it is actually for me, very difficult to judge because it's very close. I mean, they were so similar and you all were so excited and so enthusiastic. And the way the information was put across to us was really amazing. Do not get disheartened by if somebody's, falls short by 1 point or 2 points or whatever, because life is about learning and moving on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for making me a part of this. And it was a pleasure interacting with, and even I'm carrying a lot of learning today. We all learn from one another. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Asu ma'am. I request Asu madam and Shivani madam to share their evaluation by 1 hour after the end of this. I need to add certain things once I was going through the presentation of Manrega. See, in the morning session, the morning 9 o'clock session, there was discussion at the end that whenever we talk about any of the policy, we need to go to the background of that policy. Why we have actually come to this particular thing that we have to go and plan a project wherein we have to actually give 100 days work to all these people. Why it started, why it was required. So this needs to be actually, your presentation should start from there. And secondly, once you are into the public policy, there are certain integrations, there are certain scheme integration or the, you can say policy integration in Manrega that you need to take on. If I give the example, the Aadhaar card is being integrated to Manrega, DBT is integrated to Manrega, and all the ration cards are being integrated to this Manrega scheme. So that becomes a, before this, of course, Manrega scheme, there was no such integration going around. Even we people were not thinking for that DBT can be there. But of course, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, that has come out with a bigger picture of DBT, that is direct beneficiary transfer, where there are no middlemen into this. And Manrega is a part of that actually. Yes, of course, Manrega is giving support, advantage to all the women, those who are working in this. It is creating an employment. It is a good governance model, of course, but there can, and there will be some of the possibilities which is still look out. If I go with a good governance possibilities, what are there in Manrega? So firstly, the localization of information is still left out. People don't know how to go, where to go, and exactly how to get that particular job. And accountability for creation of jobs and accountability for creating or even disbursing the payment. This is still left out. In some of the presentation, I was looking out how this thing, Amravati structure is there for the payment. Even some of the schemes are there where we are not getting the complete picture of the job creation, what exactly the job is, or how these people can actually go for those jobs. So these are some of the gray areas, I must say, for the Manrega, which is to be covered. Yes, like Shivani Madam was telling that whenever we are talking about the scheme, we need to speak about the goodness or the best picture or best cases for these schemes. Sayani has taken some of the examples, some of the case studies. But did you people, once you were researching on this particular presentation, did you people ever went to this thing Manrega website, or if anyone can open Manrega website and just go and see there how they have created the job due to pandemic? Did you go and went there? just see it. Certain of the job which was not at all there for the migrants, they were looking out. Manrega has helped them. Those jobs are, of course, in space of road construction or other development works, even the irrigation also. So three primarily works where Manrega comes in and support to the COVID migrants was road constructions, secondly the other development works, and lastly the irrigation work. If you really want to go and really want to understand the support of the Manrega for COVID-19 migrants, just go to the data of past 6 months before the COVID and just after March of 2020. That is 6 months plus. Once you get this particular data, then you will get to know exactly how the Manrega was supporting to these migrants. Of course, the data is different from the data, the complete total data. It's varying, of course, but still, Manrega has supported vastly to all these migrants and all these women also. Thanks to all of you for presenting your sessions. Complete day, we have been exhausted for last 4 sessions. There was some of the teams were not there. It's some are having a bad connection. Some are actually facing various other issues in relation to their health or in relation to their family health. So that is why some teams were not the part of that. I can see 4 teams were not there in today's presentation, so they will not be moving to this the semi-final round. Rest evaluation will be there after 1 hour or so, and teams will be coming to know who all are going to semi-final round for tomorrow. Thank you to all. I'm ending up session from here. We will need to prepare the evaluation sheet also. Thanks to all, and thanks for all the mentors. Thanks for all the evaluators for supporting me, for supporting my team. This is actually one big dream which is going to come true once we are ending up with the team event tournament finals. We are actually working last 6 months for this, and thanks to all. Keep connected and stay safe. I really heartily thank you to all mentors here, and I'm ending up the session. Thanks. And Kasturi ma'am, thanks for the support extended by you for the complete day. You were there with us. Last 8 hours, you are with me supporting in our team event tournament. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Honor is all mine. Thank you.
Thank you.